Welcome to T-Boys TV and
Sports.
and
Put me on tour.
there you go. Bang, all right, we're here for another championship show. Obviously, predominantly the previews. Obviously, we'll go into a little bit of detail on obviously Hull and Luton's last games, but yeah, let's kick it off. So obviously we've got a game today. Obviously a decent game today as well, to be fair. So you've got Leeds. Leeds travelling to Sunderland. Now Sunderland obviously very good at home, unbeaten at home this season, and that's their fortress for them. Leeds are going there. Leeds are on the back of a draw midweek against Norwich. I mean, when you look at Norwich's home record, throughout the year, obviously doing very well at home. You probably would take that if you're a Leeds fan. Definitely, it's better than going there and losing. I don't know with this one because I look at it and I think to myself, well, Sunderland, they're very good at home, like I say, and Leeds are just, I don't know with Leeds. I still think they're gelling in certain areas for me. So I'll start off in this one. I will go with a Sunderland win. I'm going to go with a narrow win for them. I think it'll be a close game, but I'm going to do what Sunderland have done a few times against the teams you'd expect to be up there, and I'm going to say they win 1-0. They've done it against Middlesbrough. They've done it against Burnley as well, which is obviously the standout. So I'll say they'll do it again. 1-0 win for me for Sunderland, and we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one tonight. So that's my prediction there. Harry, do you reckon Sunderland can keep this home form going, or are you going to go with Leeds to do something away?
It's an interesting game, mate. Tough one. But I ain't much to say other than I'll just go straight in from a prediction. I'll just go 2-0 Sunderland.
Another 2-0. Obviously, they got a 2-0 midweek, as you would expect. Being at home against Derby, nobody expects Derby, but just being away for them, you expect a Sunderland win with how they've been at home. Lewis, another Sunderland win you going for?
No.
No?
No. I feel like Leeds might do something here. I feel like Leeds, they're just good wherever they go, it seems. And I don't think they win. But I feel like it'll be an okay game, but I feel like Leeds are Sunderland and Leeds probably definitely get something, so I'm going to go with 1-1 draw. I won't be watching this because I'll be watching KI get thumped, hopefully, but yeah.
Lovely. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it could be one M where, it's either, for me, the main outcomes are either a Sunderland win or a draw. I can't really see Leeds winning, just due to that record that Sunderland are on at the moment. It will end at some point, probably. They will get a loss that you probably don't expect, but I think they'll continue it for now. Moving on to the next games, again, like it has been throughout the season, 3 12:30 games tomorrow. First one, Burnley versus Preston. Preston, by the way, right? Congratulations. Thank you very much, yeah. I thought Watford would win that, right? We went to Preston and we lost as well, don't get me wrong, but we did not lose like that. Yeah, 3-0. Oh, that made the week a little bit better. I can't lie, because obviously that was the day after our game as well. So that was always good to see. But however, they are going to Burnley now. Now, Burnley did narrowly win against Plymouth, which I did think would happen. Not quite a 1-0, but I'd said a 2-1. I know it'd be a tight contest. I thought Plymouth would give it a right go. Because obviously, they'd done very well in their previous game, as we all know. But yeah, I mean, this one for Preston, for anyone that goes to Burnley, it's always going to be difficult, isn't it? So for me, I can only see this going one way. As much as Preston did get that emphatic win, I can only see this going one way, and that is a Burnley win. And I'm going to say 3-1. I'm going to say Preston get a goal, but I just think Burnley in the end will have too much, and they are lacking a little bit up front. It's mainly goals from like Brownhill or players out wide scoring for them. But I do think now we will see Burnley get a few from other players as well. So for me, I'm going to say a 3-1, like I say, to Burnley. Yeah, so that's my prediction there. Harry, can you see Preston doing any shocks? Because I know sometimes you can see shocks somewhere, and they actually do happen.
Absolutely, mate. Ecking bottom limbs. Burnley going to crumble at Turf Moor. and it's going to be a classic 2-1 win for Preston.
2-1 for Preston. Jeez. Lewis, can you see anything else other than a Burnley win?
No, I don't think we're comfortable. I feel like Preston will give it a go, but for me, for Preston, they've just lost their big man. That whatever his name is, the striker.
What, Reese or the other one?
The other one that is signed in the summer.
Right.
Osmizic, something like that. They've just lost him for 8 games due to the incident against Blackburn where he bit Owen Beck.
Silly.
So I feel like it will topple Burnley a little bit in that factor. So I think Preston will score, but I'm going to go 2 on Burnley.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It could very well be one of them games. We shall see. The next one, Lewis, I'll start with you in this one. Obviously, you will be going. Obviously, Norwich away. I mean, I'm not even trying to be a fool, but obviously, last time when they did get robbed. So, and they did get a controversial win against Derby as well. So, hopefully, no more of that, eh?
Honestly.
No more of that, eh? Hopefully. But yeah, how are you feeling going into it? I mean, obviously you got a very good win away at QPR during the week. You're scoring goals for fun now, Lewis.
It needs to be that way. Why is it now? It's 3-1 against
Stoke, 3-1
against Stoke. 4-1 against. So it's now 10 goals in 3 games. Yeah. That's not bad, especially considering how it started. Started a bit rocky, but obviously it seemed like we figured out the way Walter wants to play. I think it's a game where we can show hopefully what we can do, because it's the hardest we've come against in 3 games now. And Carrow Road's not an easy place to go. Obviously, we like to have Rob there. We like to get Rob against Norwich in general, home and away by the sound of things, especially last season. And I feel like, I don't know, because it's a good result for them, obviously, against Leeds and obviously Watford and so forth, but I don't think he'll be comfortable. But I'm going to put my neck on the line and say 2-1 Hull. I don't know for that, but I feel like we might get a point, but I'm going to say 2-1 Hull. I feel like we'll nick it somehow.
Fair enough. I mean, did you know this going into it, Lewis? Right?
No, I don't really know if it's a bad thing.
Not great reading. Hull have won just one of their last 12 league games against Norwich. You know that? Is it time to break that? I mean, it could be. It could be. I do think they can definitely be gotten at defensively, Norwich. As much as, teams ain't really done that, like Watford didn't really do that. I do think they can be. The opening first games of the season had a couple of draws, 2 all draw with somebody as well. So they can definitely be gotten at for me. It's just attack is where, I'd worry a little bit.
Does Shane Duffy still play for them?
I'm not too sure, I'll be honest. But obviously they've got Sargent up front, who's doing very well at the moment. I've actually, sorry Lewis, but I've actually put him in my fantasy this week. So hopefully he does well for that. I took Morris out for him because Morris is not available. So that's just typical. But yeah, that's that. So fair enough. Harry, you're hoping Hull can do something here, and are you going to go with what Lewis has gone with, something similar?
Hull are going to get absolutely spanked.
Oh, maybe not.
But, I'm not going to back Norwich to win. But Norwich are going to spank Hull. I won't be surprised 3-0 Norwich. But, you know what? I'm going to keep faith. And Lewis is going to go down to Canary Lands. He's going to be dreaming in his dreamlands. Have a beer. Maybe go Greg's and have a sausage roll that is right by the stadium. And he's going to get a 2-1 win. But they're going to get smacked.
That'd be good for Hull then, Lewis, if that happens. So, 4 wins on
Well,
the bounce.
considering I'm up at 5 a.m. in the morning, it'd be nice.
Yeah, you got right with something. Yeah, 4 wins on the bounce if that happens, isn't it? For you guys.
It will be.
Yeah. No, that'd be
Lewis,
good.
don't forget to visit the
I would
beach.
say that. Like, jokes aside, yeah, if you get a win at Norwich, that is impressive. And the reason I say
Hang on. Oh, I'm just getting a phone call. Hang on. I can't use my phone, so I have to use this. Yeah.
what's he doing?
What? You'd like us for the 25-26 season? Yeah, sound.
What
Oh,
order in
it's
his?
just the Premier League. It's just the Premier League.
Oh, right, he's getting that confident now that they're going up. You hear that, guys? So someone
We ain't going off. I'm taking the piss.
Oh,
Yeah,
look going down.
Nah,
And that's something we're not
jokes
doing
aside,
either,
nah,
Harry.
like I was going to say, if you actually get a win at Norwich, yeah, I'm not even saying it because, like, you guys have been on great run, but, like, just the fact of how good they've been at home, like, I think it's 19 unbeaten or something at home for them. So if you go there and win, you know what I mean? That shows that you're on fire. Yeah, 19 league games it is. They've gone only 4 times. Their highest record is 31. I don't think they'll get that far. That was
I like a clean sheet, just so I don't need to hear that stupid fucking goal fucking goal music of theirs. Fuck off, you canary bastards! You cheating fuckers!
The way we're going when we go there, which is only next month, we'll probably witness that noise a few times, probably the way we're playing. But yeah, no, like I say, if you go there, you get something that'd be great. Like especially a win anyway. Even if you get a draw, I think that is good. You know, on the basis of
I'll take
that
a
record
point.
there.
Which would
You
be
know,
what, 10 points in 4 games? Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, that's good in it, especially about you started as well. But for me, it's a difficult one because I was thinking one or two things, and it was partly down to that Norwich record. I was thinking they either edge it or it's going to be a draw, in my opinion, like a quite a high scoring draw. I know I keep backing against Hull, and you know recently I've been proved wrong, but I don't know. I just think Norwich might do it being at home. You know, also the fact that they've had, you know, you could say it's a benefit or not having, you know, 2 games in a row at home. You know, obviously during the week as well. So I'm gonna say 2-1 Norwich. I'm gonna say 2-1. I can see Sargent getting a goal. But I do think Hull will give it a go, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw personally, like a 2-2 or something. But I'll say 2-1 Norwich in this one. They just
Lewis,
about it.
just don't lose, mate.
No, I'm not going to guarantee because I'll tell you I've got it home, but
Just don't lose.
We'll see. Be interesting. That's for sure. Moving on to the next one. Again, another very interesting game for me. I mean, I thought Portsmouth in their last game, you know, would have a great opportunity to get that first win. Obviously, they ended up getting absolutely hammered. Tom Cannon on fire. 4 goals he scored in the end. No wonder half the championship was looking at him, including Luton.
6-1.
Yeah, 6-1. Like, that's the thing. We'll move on to Stoke in a bit, but yeah, as for Portsmouth, I mean, I think they went 1-0 up, didn't they, as well? Or 1-0 or something?
I don't know.
Like, I'm pretty sure my phone come up and it said they were 1-0 up or something like that. And I was thinking, oh, all right, I might actually get this game right.
No. I think they went.
Was it 1-0?
Didn't they go 2-0 down? I don't know. Hang on.
No, I'm pretty sure they either went 1-0 up or 1-0. We'll double check. Oh, 1-0. Yeah, that's it. 1-0 they went. 1-0. So I was thinking, all right, they might get like 2-1. No, got absolutely destroyed. But yeah, as for Oxford, obviously they played us. Very unlucky not to win. They were, in my opinion, they had great chances. If it weren't for Kaminsky, how many times have us Luton fans said that? We'd probably lost the game, if we're going to be honest. And yeah, you know, a lot of their players done really well. Kyoso, as I'd expect, you know, obviously Goodrum scored another really good goal this season. And the way things are going right now, I mean, Oxford don't have a great record at Portsmouth over the years, but I don't think in this one that matters really because Portsmouth, it's a massive game for them. Like they have to bounce back. And if you do want to stay up, these are the sort of games you've got to try and win, especially at home. But I don't know, man. I can see Oxford winning again. I feel they haven't quite got a win away from home yet, but I feel this is the time, especially with how close they got against us. I think Portsmouth, it could be a tight game, but I don't know. I just think Oxford, they'll do it, man. To be quite honest with you, and I think they will get, be in the lead 2-1, for example, and then get another goal a bit later on. So for me, I'm going to say 3-1 away win for Oxford, which would be a proper statement. I think the way they're going, they can definitely show their capabilities that they can stay up. I thought their recruitment in the summer was very good, especially for a team that's come up. They've got a lot of experience within that squad. So for me, I'm going to say 3-1 for Oxford. More disappointment for Portsmouth, still no win, which, at the start of the season, we felt they deserved one. But the way the games have been going on for them, they haven't been great as the weeks have gone on. Yes, they played Burnley and played Sheffield United and that since, but still not been great, especially in that last game. Terrible. Don't know what the hell happened. Feel sorry for all the Portsmouth fans that went to that. It was quite a fair few by the looks of it. So, yeah, for me, 3-1. 3-1 Oxford, I'm going to say. In this one, can you see Oxford finally getting that away win, Harry?
Absolutely, mate. They had
Yeah.
some limbs at Kenilworth Road the other night.
They did, to be fair.
And it's going to be even more limbs at Portsmouth, and they're going to win 3-0.
3-0. Jeez, Portsmouth will not score. Fair enough. Lewis, will Portsmouth finally get a win, or can you see Oxford finally getting their first away win?
Well, fuck.
No. Sorry to the Portsmouth fans. Any Portsmouth fans watching?
No, they actually want we actually want a decent, but clearly not. No, it should be fairly easy for Oxford if they haven't. Well, I say Portsmouth haven't. Well, you'd imagine they've had an absolute rocket up their arse since Wednesday, but I can't see them improving. And I can see them improving, but not too much. Not to the extent that they can beat Oxford. So I'm going to say 2-0 Oxford.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, it's one of them, isn't it, where they've just not been great. Out of the promoted clubs, especially me, I thought Portsmouth would be the best one, and they've been the worst one. If we're being honest, you look at it, Derby have got some results at home. Oxford have obviously been in every single game, even if they haven't won it, or got a draw at least. So it's mad. It's really mad with them, to be honest. But yeah, going into the next game, Coventry versus Sheffield Wednesday. Now, Coventry finally, not that they haven't won, but obviously it's been a bit of a shaky roller coaster for them this season. They finally got another win. Very good win, actually, in fact. 3-0 against Blackburn, who, were unbeaten. So that's a great win, for them. Will give them a lot of confidence. I know Hadji Wright, I think if he scores again, he's second American player to get 20 plus goals in the championship as a whole or something like that in this game. So great opportunity for them, I feel, at home against Sheffield Wednesday, who have been awful away, really. I mean, they're one of them teams, aren't they, where, you look at it with them and it's more at home you back them, isn't it? It's more at home you back them to do something. And I think with Coventry getting that win, I feel they'll extend that and they'll start climbing up the table a little bit. And the thing is, when Luton were last in the championship, I remember Coventry started awful there. Even worse, they were in the relegation zone. I think they were bottom actually, in fact. So they're known for being slow starters as well. But unlike Luton, they're actually kicking on a bit now. I think they will back that up with another win at home. So I'm going to say they get a clean sheet as well. I'm going to say 2-0 to Coventry in this one. I think they win again and keep this momentum going for as long as they can, really. So yeah, especially at home anyway. So another win for me. Lewis, we'll start off with you in this one. Can Coventry continue this momentum from the last game that they got?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Sheffield United, no, Sheffield Wednesday, sorry. They're okay, but then they will draw against Bristol. Yeah, it's not a bad result, but it's one of them. But they're good at home, and we saw that on Tuesday, I think it was. And I can only see them getting better and better from this point on now, and I feel like they'll win. Obviously, I don't think it'll be massively convincing. But I didn't expect that Blackburn game to be. But I didn't expect them to win against Blackburn, but it's obviously good, and I feel like they'll find a way. I don't think it'll be convincing, but I feel like they'll find a way to probably nick it. So I'm going 2-1 Coventry.
Yeah, and just quickly before Harry says his prediction, this is the thing I was trying to find on Haji Wright. So he scored his 19th goal, obviously in a 3-0 win over Blackburn. He could be the second American since 2004 to 5 to score 20 plus goals, along with obviously Josh Sargent, who obviously, at that moment, 32. So interesting there. Could he score again, Harry? And will they win again?
Coventry will not beat Sheffield Wednesday. And you're going to hear in the way, oh, Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, mate, Sheffield Wednesday going to go to that dump and they're going to get a result. And they're going to win 2-1.
2-1, fair enough. I mean, I would say they got a draw in their last game. A decent draw, I'd say, at Bristol City. Bristol City are better at home. So maybe it could be a turning point potentially. I don't know, it's an interesting one because it could be a turning point for both teams, whoever wins. Because I'd say Coventry, obviously, can they make it back-to-back wins? And then Sheffield Wednesday, can they follow up on that decent draw away at Bristol City? We shall see. On to the next one, which again, another interesting game for me. Derby versus QPR. Now, obviously, QPR had that heavy defeat at home to Hull. Derby obviously lost as well, away to Sunderland, which you would expect. Let's be honest now, especially if our Sunderland have been. I don't know, it's an interesting one, this one, because Derby have obviously won every game at home, bar the last one, obviously against Norwich, where they were, robbed, controversial and stuff like that in it. And then as for QPR, I mean, they've not been the worst away. Obviously to beat us, they did, get a point away at Sheffield Wednesday, which it looked like they were going to lose the large parts of that game. So they're not too bad away. I mean, I'm very surprised about where they are at the table still. QPR, if I'm going to be honest. So it's an interesting one for me. I mean, can Derby bounce back? I mean, there's no reason why they can't for me. A large part of this depends for me what QPR turn up. They're quite inconsistent for me. Right? They've got decent results away, but then they can have a game away where they don't even score a goal. Like the Blackburn game, for example, even though Blackburn were doing very well at that time. So I don't know, man. I mean, for me, I think I'm going to sit on the fence. I think I'm going to say my first draw so far of the weekend's games. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw. But I wouldn't be surprised if Derby nicked it. But then I wouldn't be surprised if QPR nicked it with like Fry Masterclass or something like that because he is a good player. So I don't know. I'll sit on the fence. I'll say 1-1 for this one. First draw of the weekend that I've gone with. Lewis, can Derby continue that home form taking away that game against Norwich?
I don't know because I feel like QPR, they weren't too bad against Hull. It was just Ivor Pandor was an absolute masterclass.
Yeah, I see he got in one of the teams of the week. So yeah,
he was on fire, and it was just everything that came to him. It was just batted away, saved, whatever. Second of all, Lee Simpson hold that, what can I say? But it's not the point. I feel like QPR, if anything, before our first goal, they were probably the better team. We started poorly, but then obviously we got the goal and we just kind of went on from there. I feel like Derby, they can be a little bit inconsistent. They tend to win at home, but I feel like QPR will go there and the one obviously made the wrongs away from the game on Tuesday. Well, they both probably do, but I feel like it'll be a draw. I can't see either team winning. I feel like it'll be one of them games where it won't be the greatest, but 2 goals come out of nowhere. And we go 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? For me, it's hard to separate him. And like you say, you've obviously seen QPR more recently during the week, so it's an interesting one. I mean, Harry, can you see a winner in this one?
Yeah, I don't know what Lewis is talking about. QPR shit. So yeah, 2-0 derby. Come on.
Another clean sheet for them at home, which I've done a few times. Could very well be. I don't know. It's an interesting one. I mean, Keegan's in the chat as well. He's got a 2-0 derby as well. So it's an interesting one for sure. But we shall see. Moving on to the next one. Again, another very interesting game. A lot of these games are interesting this weekend because this one here, you've got Plymouth versus Blackburn. Now, Blackburn obviously took their first defeat, like I said, heavy defeat to Coventry. I think over the years they do struggle at Coventry. So, obviously that would have obviously played a part, but at the same time, losing in that manner, it's not a good look. Going to Plymouth now, who obviously their last home game, we all know how good that was for them. Obviously did narrowly lose to Burnley, 1-0, no shame in that, especially away from home. So interesting, this one, because the way I look at it is, like I've said a lot of times with Plymouth, if they'd stay up, which the way they're playing at the moment, there's no reason why they can't. It's these home games that are going to count the most. And is it a good time to play Blackburn now after that loss? I don't know. It's an interesting one. It could be or it couldn't be. It depends how they turn up, really. But at the same time, I think Plymouth can get another result back to back at home. And I think they will in this one. So for me, I'm going to say Plymouth win. I'm going to say it's a close game. I'm going to say they win 2-1. And then, carry on that home momentum, you could say, which could prove a lot in the end of the season. We shall see. But yeah, 2-1 to Plymouth for me. Lewis, can you see Plymouth following on from their last home game onto this one?
Rooney Ball will show against these. I feel like the game midweek for Blackburn could have rocked themselves a little bit, and I feel like it'd be one of them where they'll have chances, but there's no taking. I feel like Plymouth, there aren't many chances. I feel like Blackburn will want to try and dominate the ball. I think they will. So I'm going to go 1-0 Plymouth. But I feel like it'll be, again, not the greatest of games.
Fair enough. Interesting. Harry, Rooney Ball or Eustace Ball? What's working in this game? Or is it going to be one where they can't separate?
X2 Birmingham, absolute brilliant managers. Oh, you know what? 10-0 Plymouth? Nah. But nah, I do think Plymouth will win. And Plymouth are going to win convincingly because if they can beat Luton the way they beat Luton, it's going to be 3-0 to Plymouth.
Cool. Imagine that for Blackburn. Back-to-back 3-0 defeats. I mean, like I say, it's an interesting one. It could be a good time to play him, couldn't it, really, after getting that loss? They were unbeaten for that. So we shall see.
Go! Oh!
Yeah, he could have another good game for sure. Whether he starts or not, he'll be involved at some point, I can imagine. Moving on to the next one. Oh, great. Sheffield United versus Luton. Now, obviously, I will be going to this one again. Last one before the international break. And yeah, guys, I'm not too confident going into it. And Sheffield United fans are confident going into it. And you can't blame them. They've not conceded in their last 5. Yes, they haven't, it's been a bit magic in certain games from Harmer or something like that. But at the same time, they've been, grinding out results. And that's what matters. They've been solid defensively. Their midfield's been very good. They play 5 in midfield. We play 2 in midfield. And our midfield's not even working with 2. So we have to change something tomorrow. Even if it's a tweak, we have to change something. Otherwise, we are definitely not getting nothing. You cannot play one up front, right? One up front, Elijah, against that solid defence. Because there's no Morris. Baptiste is back, which is good. Don't think he'll be rushed in, but hopefully we'll see him come on ahead of Ruddock. Don't understand why he come on the other day. And then, yeah, that's the only positive. Again, it's the same thing, isn't it? One week is a good bit of news. Next week, it's not a good bit of news. So I'm not too confident in this one. We do have a good record. The last 2 times we went to Sheffield United, but for me, different circumstances. The 3-2, I'll be honest, last season we were quite fortunate. I'll be honest. Yes, we forced them into them 2 own goals, but still, it wasn't a great performance. And then the 1-0 in the Championship, that was a good win. You know, I'll give us a lot of credit for that. But back then, we actually played 2 up front. So, I don't know. He needs to change it. Otherwise, we're definitely not getting nothing and we could get battered. But I don't know. I just hope that it changes something. But I still think they'll beat us, to be honest. But I do think we will break that record of them not scoring. Not conceding in 5 games. And I do think we will score. Probably, if it's 1 up front, we'll probably score from a corner or something. Because that is one positive I can have. When we do have corners, and do, you know, as much as a lot of them are obvious what we're going to do, the one rare corner at the moment can work. So I could see us scoring from that. But in the end, I think they'll score more. So for me, I'm saying 2-1 to Sheffield United in this one. But if we don't change it up, I could see them absolutely hammering us, to be honest with you, 3-0 or something like that. So, yeah, man, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, bruv, as they say. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying in this one. Harry, another Luton loss, you reckon?
Why are we going to this game?
I don't know, mate. I'll ask myself the same question.
Fuck's sake. Why am I putting myself through this again? For the 3rd time this season, will it be a hat trick of losses? Or will we actually get something? And, mate, I just got no words, to be honest. I guarantee you'll see that lineup tomorrow and be like, for fuck's sake.
It's the same formation, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and you'll probably play players that we don't want to start as well, probably.
Yep.
But you know what? We've got someone in that team called Victor Moses, mate. Victor fucking Moses. And we're going to go there and we're going to put them in the spliff.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Right, you've definitely lost now. You've definitely lost now.
We're going to put them in an absolute spliff and they're not getting out of it. And they're going to win. Well, we're going to win. 3-0, mate.
Oh, fucking hell, you're getting bad 5-0.
It's going to be 3-0.
Sheffield United.
Oh, it's going to be 3-0 to them. Oh, God. Oh.
Well, yeah,
jokes aside, Harry, right? All the Luton games we've watched together, yeah, including Man United last year, we haven't won a game, have we? Since we've watched a game together? No?
No.
Okay, so that's probably going to continue then.
No, but I'm going 3-0 Luton, yeah, but I do think we'll get battered about 3 or 4-0.
If we play that formation, mate, I totally agree. If we change it up, even if it's something little, I might have faith that we might give it a go, but still lose. But no, we shall see. Lewis, hat-trick for Sheffield United.
Bye, Edwards. Sheffield
United. I know I've been saying it.
6 in a row. Bye, Edwards. 2-0 United.
2-0? Nah, fair enough. I wouldn't be surprised if they got
Bye, Edwards.
6
going to be conceded.
The way we're going to score, right, if we play that 1 up front, is probably from a corner. I can't see us scoring other way. Again, I'll be honest, Elijah should have scored the other day. However, he should have come off towards the end because you can tell he was finished. He didn't even bring Taylor on again. Why?
Elijah double and a Pelly Ruddock banger. There you go.
No, Pelly Ruddock ain't scoring nothing, mate. Trust me, he ain't scoring nothing. Clip this up. He ain't scoring nothing, mate. We should have given him, right? What we should have done last season, right? When we played Fulham and we got that penalty, yeah, we relegated, whatever. He was warming up to come on and take it. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be sick. He's going to score in every division. Think, right, if he scored that, which I think he would have, bang. He'd have scored in every division. Bang. See you later. But now we're trying to bring him back up with us and then let him go, no, it's not good enough. The other day, all over the place. In misplaced passing. And he's done it, even in pre-season games. Yeah, I love the guy as a legend for the club, and he is a legend, right? People saying I called Rob Edwards a legend. Get them clips up because I didn't call him no legend, mate. Yeah, a legend is someone who's been there for the club, right, and been through stuff. And he has, to be fair to Ruddock, but he's not good enough at this level, right? He's not good enough. If you want to be a team that pushes up, he can play in the championship, I believe that, but not for a top end championship team. Yeah, I'll tell you someone he'd be great at, right? And they should have beat us, whatever. But it'd be great at Oxford. And another reason I say that, he's actually cousins with Kioso as well. So he'll bond straight into that team, and he'll be good for their experience going forward. But for us, nah, mate, he's not good enough anymore. Like, he should not be coming on. Yeah, Walsh done the stupidness, whatever. He should not be coming on, though, should he? The first substitution. I was baffled by that. Now we got Baptiste back, so hopefully it will be Baptiste and Ruddock on the bench, I guess, midfield wise, if none of them are starting, which Ruddock should be starting. And I'll be surprised if Baptiste is. I wouldn't mind it, but I'll be a bit surprised considering he's just come back. So
all we know
see.
is we're going to go there and win.
Well, I hope you're right, but a bit optimistic at the moment. If I'll be honest, if I say a win, so yeah, I'm going to say Sheffield United, unfortunately. But yeah, and also, guys, actually, before we move on to the next game, I'll find out at 12:30 tomorrow, so I'll probably just say on the blog if I'm going to the Watford game. I know it's sold out, but there's still a possibility I can go. So I'll find out tomorrow. When it comes to that, mate, I love you being in my chat and that, but some of these predictions you say, mate, on these weeks, it's crazy. I mean, I'd love it, mate, but I just can't see it. I cannot see it. I can't even see it when we play Cardiff. No disrespect to them, but I can't even see it when we play them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy with us at the moment. If we change formation, I still don't think that'd happen. Don't get me wrong, but we can maybe edge like a 1-0 or something. But nah, mate, I can't see it, unfortunately. But yeah, 1-0 Derby is what you said earlier. Yeah, I can see that. 2-0 Sheffield United. Yeah, don't blame you. Shout out to the Championship podcast. Coming on my channel on the 21st, mate. Yeah, should be. Yeah, if you want to do a preview for that, obviously we've got you guys. Yeah, you can just let me know in it. Just message me on something else and we'll go through it. So yeah. What about 3-2? What, like last year? I mean, I'd be very surprised, mate. I don't know where we're getting 3 goals from. I'll be honest, mate. I'll be honest.
Oh, no, where the Luton sing, we're going to lose again.
Probably. But I'll tell you what, we lose heavily tomorrow. Oh my god. Yeah, that full time. Jeez. That's gonna be mad. You think the last games have been mad? Jesus Christ. People thought Oxford one was mad. Obviously I weren't there, but I saw it and that was crazy. So you got fans arguing with each other. Oh, it's insane, mate. But it's what happens, mate. It's what happens. But yeah, moving on to the next one. Swansea versus Stoke. Now, we touched on Stoke obviously earlier, getting that very, very good win. Can they follow it up, though? Because we know what they're like. Stoke, they can have a really good result and then a really poor result. Taking on Swansea, though, who I think, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, yes, like a good win for Stoke, routine win, Stoke will win comfortably. I don't know. I think Swansea at home, they've been good. They've been decent. They've either been grinding out results or, getting decent draws. They're a team that, at this moment in time, you can't really sleep on, in my opinion. And I feel quite a lot of people are, especially when they're at home. I feel they are decent at home, whoever they play. So for me, I am going to say a Swansea win, actually. I'm going to say Stoke do their inconsistency again. But if they do get something, I can see it being Tom Cannon again. But yeah, I'm going to say Swansea win 1-0 in this one. A tight 1-0 game. Both teams have chances to score, but Swansea take theirs, I reckon. So yeah, 1-0 Swansea for me. Harry, can you see Stoke following that emphatic win up?
No.
No.
Completely agree with you. 1-0 Swansea. Stoke shit.
There you go. Lewis, is that a hat-trick of Swansea wins? Or do you reckon there'll be something else in this game that will happen?
0-0 ball draw.
Oh, really? Is your 0-0 at the weekend? Is it? Fair enough. We shall see. 2-1 Sheffield United being realistic. Yeah, it is realistic. I can't argue with that. I'll go with 2-1 myself. I mean, maybe he might not score, but I don't know. I think we might. I don't. Even if we play one up front, I can see us scoring from a corner or something. Mengi. Actually, in fact, McGuinness, because McGuinness keeps getting close, and the criticism he keeps getting, like, for me, is an absolute joke. Yeah, the QPR game, he weren't great. Yeah, I'll be honest. When he let the ball bounce, but these corners, yeah, that we've scored from, or at least got a penalty from Sheffield Wednesday, he made that player handballed it. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at the game against QPR as well. He actually forced them into that mistake for our goal. So put respect to his name. Got called up for Ireland as well. So shout out to him for that as well. Joining obviously former Hatter Chio. So that'd be interesting. See how that goes.
Elijah hat-trick. Come on.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, Swansea 1-0 as well. Okay, we're going on a lot of same predictions here. Well, I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. But the thing with me is we all keep thinking it and it just don't happen. I mean, I'll tell you what would be nice if we didn't win tomorrow to then rise for the next game. We have to rise for the next game after that. There's no excuses for me. Yeah, that will not be, trust me. Oh, I'll be fuming, mate. Absolutely fuming. Because they're not all that. Right? I don't care if they started the season well. They're not all that, mate. Yeah. We lost to Preston, yes. But bloody hell, we didn't lose 3-0, did we? Do you know what I mean? They're not great, mate. And most people, which we will move on to their game now, obviously they're taking on Middlesbrough away. A lot of people are favouring Middlesbrough in this one, which is quite interesting. I'll be honest, like jokes aside, because Watford have done all right at home, to be fair to them. But Middlesbrough, I mean, they have got some good wins. And I think partly a lot of this is coming down to their win against West Brom away, which is a very good win, given how West Brom have started off the season, especially at home. All right, they haven't scored a lot of goals at home, West Brom, but they've got the results. I mean, that's all that matters, really. So, and they've been up there, haven't they? So, a bit of an interesting one, this one for me. Going into this one, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Watford obviously will need to bounce back. Will they bounce back? I'm going to say they do, unfortunately. I'm going to say they do. I was thinking a draw, but I'm going to say they do in this one. 2-1 for me. And the thing about, teams from the northeast, they always travel well. But tell you what, sometimes when they go, all the way down south and that, they just put up absolute shoddy performances. I remember we played Middlesbrough a couple of years ago. That was our first win on TV when we had such an awful record on TV. 1-0 up, they went, and then we won 3-1. Oh, it was absolute limbs. That was probably, when it comes to limbs, yeah, other than the playoff final and Watford at home, that's probably one of the best I've ever experienced in my life. Absolutely crazy. People falling behind me, in front of me. I nearly went flying myself. Oh my God, it was absolute limbs. But yeah, and also Sunderland went to Watford and lost as well. I do think they're doing all right at home. I hate to admit it, and I think they'll get another win. I think they'll bounce back. Unfortunately, 2-1, I'm going to say to them guys. Harry, can Middlesbrough keep this form going, or will Watford continue their decent home form?
3-0 Watford, mate.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, we'll know if they're losing. Yeah, if it don't come up on my scores, because I start singing it. By that point, we'll probably concede about 2 minutes later. But there we go. Lewis, is that a triple hat trick on Watford winning?
Yeah. I feel like they'll bounce back from the disappointment of whoever they played midweek, Preston. Middlesbrough very inconsistent. Watford are consistent at home. Yeah, I can't see anything but Watford winning 2-1.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I know, mate. Trust me, I know. I'll be finding out tomorrow if I'm getting the tickets, mate. 12:30. So if I do, I will be gassed, even though I'm not confident going into it as it stands. But either way, it'll be 6 to go there, so I will be going there for that if we do go. But if we don't go, then I'll just do a watch long, innit? And then it might be a blessing in disguise. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I'll find out tomorrow, 12:30. So as soon as your game kicks off, let's actually find out round about then. So that'd be interesting to see. Watford 1-1. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking draw, but unfortunately, I'm going to say they win. Moving on to the next one, West Brom versus Millwall. Now, again, another interesting one, isn't it? Because West Brom have actually lost their last 2 games, after starting the season so well. Millwall, on the other hand, quite inconsistent, aren't they? They get a good result, like a 3-0 win, and then they'll lose. Obviously, they lost to Cardiff as well. I thought Cardiff would get something, but not quite, all 3 points going into that. So, not a great look from Millwall. First team to obviously lose to Cardiff this season. I think West Brom bounce back in this one. I think it's a close game, but I do think they bounce back. So for me, I'm going to say what West Brom like to do at home, similar to Swansea, and that's another 1-0 win for me. Will the Baggies bounce back, Harry?
2-0 West Brom, magic double.
Hopefully he's my captain on my fantasy, so that'd be good. Lewis, another one, as they say, another West Brom win.
In Lucas Digne's words, yes, another one. I can't see an order anything. I'm going to go 3-1 West Brom win.
Yeah, 3-1, fair enough. Interesting. Sure, 3-0 West Brom, says Kean. So convincing win for West Brom. If you haven't done Sunderland yet, we've done Sunderland first because it's the first game. We'll win 2-1 tonight. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Harry said 2-0. I said, 1-0 Sunderland. What do you say, Lewis? 1-1 or something?
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1, yeah.
I think it's 1-1.
And then also West Brom 2-0 against Millwall. Yeah, it could be. We shall see. And then moving on to the last game of this weekend on the Sunday. What's that now? Like 3 times Bristol City have been on Sunday or something? 2-3 times. They're on again. Again, another, they call it a derby, whether you agree with that or not is a different conversation, but they're taking on Cardiff. I mean, Cardiff will have confidence now, a little bit of confidence now after that win at home, especially seeing that Bristol City didn't win when they would have been the favourites to win against, who was it? Swansea, wasn't it? Interesting one, this one. I mean, can Bristol City, start kicking on now, or can Cardiff start kicking on now? It's quite a tight one to call, right? And there's always the annual 0-0. It's very rare that there's not any game week, and I think both teams will cancel each other out. And I think Bristol City will get back-to-back 0-0 draws, and this is probably the game out of all the games you look at and think, yeah, it might not have many goals. So for me, I'm saying 0-0 in this one. Harry, can Cardiff follow anything up or not?
Well, when Hull played Cardiff, I said it was shit versus the mega shit. And Bristol have replaced Hull, and it's the shit versus the mega shit. Tractor boys versus the sheep. And will the tractors beat sheep, or will the sheep maul themselves against the tractors? You got a bit of Callum Robinson for Cardiff, and you've got a bit of whoever for Bristol. That's how relevant those 2 clubs are. And
Scott Twine, I guess.
Yeah, Scott Twine.
By the way, the reason I say that is he does actually have a good scoring record against Cardiff, whoever he's played for majority of the time.
Yeah.
Except Hull, I don't think. I think everyone else he scored against them or something.
Yeah. Oh, mate, just sport. It's a boring Sunday game, isn't it?
Yeah, literally Super Sunday all over this. Like, come on now.
Why not put Sheffield United Luton on there? An absolute blast of a game, but that's that. You know what? 1-0 Bristol.
1-0, fair enough. Lewis, what do you reckon for this one? Final one of this game week.
I feel like it will be the greatest game in the world. Bristol, they're not great, well, as it stands. And I feel like Cardiff would have much confidence. And I feel like they'll go to Bristol and they'll make it 2-2. So I'm going to go 1-0 Cardiff.
Callum Robinson.
1-0 Cardiff. Yeah, could very well be. like we say, we all go into it and think, there's probably not going to be many goals. There isn't really, is there, in the Sunday games this year as well? I think the only one that might have had the most from top of my memory is the 1-1 draw. Do you know what I mean? The Welsh derby. That's the only one I can think of, because Sheffield United played Watford, beaten 1-0. Can't really think of games where there's been a lot of goals on Sundays so far from memory. So probably that as well. You take into account that as well. Bristol City. But yeah, no, that's that. That's that when it comes to all the predictions for this game week. Lewis, any final things you want to say before we end it, mate?
Nah. Up the fucking wire. And yeah.
Fair enough. Is that it? Don't want to say anything on the Villa win the other day?
And he's been never nice thing to do. I do. One of us defenders score 1 or 2. Looks good. Looks fine. Don't know how to do my mind. That is really number 9 thing to do. Do. Fuck my life. I've never been so happy after a Villa win. I swear, honestly. Mad. Fucking mad. 5 years to the day was fucking. I think we lost to Preston 3-0. Right on 5 years of fucking beating Bayern Munich and Germany. And by the way, Bayern Munich, it's happened again. It's happened again.
Fucking hell, sounds like Gabby about
Bayern Munich, it's happened again. What can I say?
Fair enough.
We're gonna win it all. No, we're not.
No,
we're not
right.
We're not winning it all.
Stop. Now I know Real Madrid lost, but don't get too gassed, because they'll probably still win it.
Oh yeah, Real Madrid. We beat Lille. Fuck off.
Oh dear. Yeah, Harry, any final things you'd like to say, mate, about anything?
Just one absolute bout of a game to go to tomorrow for Luton. It's going to be absolute limbs. Hull are going to get us put in a spliff by Norwich, even though I put Norwich.
It's going to be the other way around.
Yeah, I still think even though I put Hull to win, Lewis going to go to the beach afterwards and have a nice time in the cold and an ice cream in this nice British weather and soak up a 3-0 loss. But other than that,
oh my god! Oh bloody hell! I thought you lagged out. Right, let's get back in.
But yeah, very nicely interrupted there by Lewis. There's not much to say other than.
And you're gonna go to one of the worst fucking places in fucking England. I'm fucking suffer. Fucking Rob Edwards saying goodbye to Luton fans as he gets sacked after.
Oh, I don't know,
hold on a minute. The disrespect that we're having here, it's not on.
I can't even say anything. I want him gone if we don't win tomorrow. Well, for me, Well, let me tell you guys something right now. If we lose, but we change the formation and it doesn't work, then fair enough. He's actually changed it. Maybe it might change, maybe. But then again, for me, I know football's not played on paper, but we should still be competing with Sheffield United. With teams that have gone down, we've both got good enough squads to be up there. Yeah, you can argue theirs is slightly better, whatever. At the end of the day, they're still good enough to be competing with each other, and they haven't been. It's like the Burnley game as well. Yeah, Burnley expected to finish above us, but still, we showed no fight in that game. No fight whatsoever. That's the problem. We got them players, and we're not showing fight. And again, I don't put all the blame on him. Some players need to step up. However, I think some of these players don't. They can see that this formation doesn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, as you were saying.
Man, it's just going to be absolute limbs and we're going to have a great time. Probably have the beers again and probably get absolutely spanked. But,
International break, mate. Thank God for that, for once. The last 2 times I've said that, that's how you know we're in the mud.
Why are we going tomorrow?
Yeah. No, I think the same thing sometimes. Really do, especially for this game anyway. But yeah, we shall see what happens. But yeah, big up to everyone that's tuned in. Obviously, do smash a like if you haven't already on all the channels. Do subscribe to all of them. Obviously, if you're on my channel, go over to the description. Obviously, Lewis and Harry's channels will be there. And yeah, as for me, I'll be back again with a hat show in around about half an hour now. Let's talk about that. And talk about the Oxford game, because me and my dad still ain't done that yet. So that's going to be fun. And then obviously preview tomorrow's game into more detail. And also there will be another separate preview come out. I'll probably get it out round about when the Leeds game finishes. Or a preview I did earlier with a Sheffield United fan. It couldn't unfortunately come on the hat show. Family stuff. So yeah, we done it earlier. So that'll be out round about after that game. So check that out as well when that comes out. And then yeah, tomorrow will be the vlog. I'll try and do something outside the ground after quickly, but can't guarantee anything, especially if it's like Plymouth getting out. Jesus. So yeah, we shall see. But hopefully, I know where the coach is this time, and they can actually put it where they would have liked to put it. So then I'll actually have more chance of doing it. But yeah, big up to everyone who's tuned in. Like I say, smash a like, subscribe, all that. Also, if you want to follow me across all my socials, link to them in the description. And yeah, we'll be back again probably Sunday or Monday, I'd say. Then just review all the games. And then obviously, when the international break's done, we'll just get straight back into game week 10. So yeah, big up to everyone that's tuned in. Until next time, take care.